Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on the midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song, in the old neighborhood, as the clock strikes one.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. I want to welcome all of you to today's edition of the Afridamus Report. And guys, sorry I've been absent with our normal regular schedule, but as you know, business doesn't only exist here on YouTube. It exists outside. So those businesses needed to be taken care of. But, I'm here. I'm happy to reconnect with you folks once again. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure, you're probably wondering, what is the topic about today? Well, it's right in front of you. There's been lots and lots of conversations, especially because, the blacks, they are generally very vocal. They think they get to dictate, how people should act. In fact, they even say they are the best blacks. Well, they are the only blacks if you ask most other people, because people from Africa and other places do not identify as that until you are in the West. But for the sake of this conversation, for the sake of understanding and knowing, so that all of us can be on the same topic, we would go with black, race. We would go with race. But still, you have to understand, I'm speaking in the framework of America, because they see everything through the lenses of color. That's just how they operate. I forget you, having a different culture. So this is not only unique to the blacks themselves. The blacks have been trained to accept that this identity. So this is their new identity, right? So if you look like me, you come from Africa, even if you come from space, guess what? You are black, right? But there is the original blacks themselves. You remember they were talking about reparations. They talked about they built this country, but they've talked about a whole host of things that, when, most, immigrants that immigrate here, that understand history and know the truth, tend to be embarrassed by it. But, they're afraid to voice it out because, the blacks are generally very loud, obnoxious, and they can take it, to a level that you don't even care about going to. So therefore, most of you are like, why even bother? But you see, when they started their reparation thing, whatever they start, they are always looking for quote unquote alliance. So you and I, just by simply having the black skin, that forces us to be in that column. It doesn't matter if we don't want to beg, if we don't approve of begging, or some of the behaviors I'm about to show you, they don't care about that. This is why you hear some of these people, even like I would call them losers. And when I show you the behaviors, you would agree with me. So even in your native country where you're from, this type of behaviors, people that act like this, they are still low lives. These are people that if you have any self-respect, self-dignity, you would not want to associate yourself with. You will not want to live anywhere near them. But you see, they try to use the same technique I've been telling you. I have been studying this entire dynamic where, people first, they would use, they would victimize themselves. They would say, oh, I'm doing this because of that. So excuses, right? But in the real world, the world where I come from, excuses don't matter. We don't care about reasons. We care about results. I don't care why you decided that you wanted to shoot Joe Blow and delete Joe Blow. The question here is you did it. Okay, we will assess and see if Joe Blow was coming at you, your life was in danger. But if Joe Blow was just minding his or her own business, no other reason is out there. So there are many different types of things that the blacks in America, they engage in. Since they say they are the representative for all blacks in the world, then let's take a look at what the blacks are doing with their freedom in America. Because you see, they said America, not just saying, is the freest place on earth. But you see, with freedom comes responsibility. What do you do with that freedom? What do you do with it? And also, what do you do when you are being forced? I'm talking about by rhetoric to associate and because some of these behaviors are degenerate. And I've seen Africans themselves, I don't know if it's out of fear, but they would argue in favor of these things and even make excuses. No, it's because of this and that. But they themselves will never do it. They will never do it. So I have several videos here. We would run through the news, and I have a video that was broken down by I believe it's this Jamaican YouTuber. He broke down some of the embarrassing things that the blacks are doing around America these days. Because what the white people did, they tried to they removed the show Cops, because they said, oh, that show is painting black people in a bad light. So these are things that you see this. Even myself, I witnessed this in real life. But they would say, if you dare admit that this has happened, that makes you a racist or anti-black. Okay, how many of you, look, I'm from West Africa. I've been to major West African markets. I've been around ghetto areas, this market thieves. There's thieves everywhere. And sometimes when they steal, or you try to catch them from stealing, the ones that have no shame would try to stand 10 toes down and try to argue for it. Or they try to intimidate you. And intimidation comes in different forms. Let me show you a clip here, because there are many Africans who are also living in La La Land. You know about this, like Back to Africa movement. You do realize some of these people I'm about to show you here, you are seeing them coming there. Not all, but of course, either they subscribe to this mentality, or they used to do this, or they support it. You see, from now on, when somebody is supporting this reparation thing, look at them sideways. Sideways, okay? That means they want free money from the white man's country, you know? So you got to look at them sideways. That means these people, that individual, have no problem scamming the government. This means this individual is looking for free handout. Of course, some are going to be butthurt and say, oh, this man said we do not deserve reparation. It's not for me to say, right? But if they put it to vote, I can express that in the ballot. You see, it's not against anyone. It's about what is happening in real form. I mean, you can go sit there and put numbers together and tell yourself, I'm owed, $49 gazillion. You can say all this. How do you quantify these things? Right? But that's not what the argument is about. Now, when you believe you have been oppressed, your oppressor, let's look at this. If you're truly oppressed, the behaviors we're about to see here, can you do this under the boot of your oppressor? America is the land of opportunity. If you take advantage of those opportunities, it doesn't matter if you're white, black, blue, green, fat, skinny, tall, short. It's about talent. It's about how hard you're willing to work, how much work you're willing to put in. Anybody that comes to you and tries to convince you of anything other than that, they are scammers. They are lazy. If they don't even want to see the opportunity, who cares? I'm not here to try to show you what you need to see. That's not for me to say. But you see, these same people who run around on the internet, they are cowards, because the things I'm about to show you here to address, they try to run away from it. But as your resident African correspondent, I need to wake you up. I need to wake you up to the facts. So now some people are taking it upon themselves that since they're not going to get reparation, now they are going around stealing. Yes, you heard me. Stealing. Because they think, oh, we're going to steal from the white man. But you see, the thieves I'm about to show you, these are not very creative thieves. Like maybe in Africa, some of you are used to some of these neighborhood thieves. At least they lay out a plan and escape route. But these other thieves here, well, I don't want to keep you waiting. Let me do my disclaimer and we'll get into it. All right. So what I'm about to show you here, some are going to be like, when they say, oh man, these Africans, they think they are better. Nobody is thinking this. But if you're someone who condone the behavior I'm about to show you, and nobody's saying these things do not happen in other countries or in other communities, but the difference is it celebrated? Do they shame it? Do they see it as abnormal? How common is this? How many of you can, if you are honest, what I'm about to show you, how many of you, if you're around predominantly black area, you've seen this? Or some of you would pretend and say, oh, when I go to the store, they follow me. If you're in majority black area, they will follow you in the store. You know why? Because the people that look like you still, not all, but majority do. And you will see that here for yourself. Look, if the snake that beat your mother and killed your mom, and it's a black snake, do you think you would even take the time to try to distinguish between which snakes? Hey, whether it's correct or not, but if it's more common than usual, what would you say? So here's a video of a guy who decided to go to the mall. And some of you have seen this happen in the mall, right? Guy is well dressed. Well, here, let me show you.
Getaway after a robbery at the Apple store in the Willow Grove Mall on April 13th. He tumbles to the ground, breaking his pelvis and tailbone.
So this is a man who decided to go to the mall, to the Apple store. Mind you, guys, so you're a black immigrant, like they like to say, or a feather. You decided it's Saturday or Sunday. You know, you've worked hard. You know, you got your money. You're having family time at the mall, right? You go to the Apple store. You want to, get the new phone, headphone, whatever, earbuds, and then here comes Tyrone. Tyrone steals from the Apple store and decides to jump. He thinks he can defy gravity. He decides to jump from the balcony, breaking his own pelvis. All caught on tape. Would you not be embarrassed by this if you were there or even see it on TV? So you see, this is one of the reasons why when you say, oh man, these black immigrants think they are better. No, they don't want to be associating themselves to things like this.
He tries to limp away, but the pain is too much, and he lays sprawled on the mall floor. The video has gone viral on the internet and is part of the police investigation. We showed some people the painful fall, and the reaction has been what you would expect.
Was he high?
Did you guys see that? This man, his escape route, his plan was, hey, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to snatch this, and I'm going to jump from the second floor and make my getaway. Not even a good thief. Not even a good thief.
Something? I don't know. Just jumping.
Wow.
Things that people do, man.
Broke his pelvis and broke his tailbone.
That's crazy. And he still got up and kept on running?
Abington police say the suspect, Abdi Wasuj, acted like a customer at the Apple store.
All right. Did you guys see that? So yeah, he went to the Apple store. He pretended to be a customer. And his getaway plan was to jump from the second floor and broke his own pelvis. Guys, that's very painful, right? That is very, very painful. So now, you see, that's very embarrassing, number one. But the sad thing is, there's going to be blacks like him, some that you would even think are normal people who would defend this. You know how they would defend this? They would blame it on white people. They say it's because of white supremacy, income inequality. This is why we need reparation. Wait, so you mean to tell me this man would rather steal and jump and break his pelvis than to go put in hours and work? You mean to tell me this man would rather do that? You guys think I'm playing. Go around, right? There is people already. Generally, I look at the profile, is blacks defending this. They are already blaming this on the white man. Believe it or not. This is embarrassing. Embarrassing to anyone. Anyone. So now let's go to embarrassment number 2. So you guys remember the blacks were talking about, oh, we want reparation. And when people come on the internet here and try to, say, hey, man, you blacks, most of you are always begging the white man, blah, blah, blah. They're like, man, shut the hell up. Man, you don't know nothing about us. Man, you know nothing about us. Like with a white man, they will say, man, you ain't even black. You don't know what it means to be black. If you're African from the black factory, man, shut the hell up, man. You are theta. You don't know nothing about us. You don't know what it feels like to what? Feels like to be what? No, they wouldn't say black, but you ain't even black. You African. I'm like, what? I thought the blacks were from Africa, but they would say stupid stuff like this. And you guys have heard these things. I'm not making it up. You guys have heard them. So they are like, nah, you know what? The reparation, man, most black people out in the real world don't even talk about this, as if the emojis and the avatars we see here on YouTube, the people talking, oh, those are not real human beings. Those are just real avatars in real life. They do not exist in physical form. It's all made up. This is the type of dumb argument some people would put forward. No, people do not talk about reparation in real life. Well, we got our proof here that some people, some want to go to the white man and beg for it. They want to wait for legislature. Some others want to go and collect it themselves. Like we saw the one who tried to collect his from Apple, broke his pelvis. Now I would take you straight to Target. Here we go. Kickback. There's a lady that went to Target. She decided she wanted to collect her reparation. And she sure got her reparation good. Here we go.
Face at the Target right here in Blue Ash. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tricia Mackey.
And I'm Rob Williams. This gets kind of confusing, but stay with us. The African-American woman was talking with the manager about reparations after her bill added up to over $1,000.
Did you guys hear this? Did you guys hear this? This woman literally went to the store, Target. She decided she bought stuff of, up to over $1,000. I'm guessing Cincinnati is probably one of those cities, where blacks are encouraged to steal. Like the city I live in, you can steal up to $1,000. It will not be a felony. It will not be a felony. So she goes to the store. I guess she got a list like, all right, yep, I need that for my reparation. All right. So here's the thing. This is what white people need to do from now on. Now you know exactly, like this internet people, those people are delusional. The ones that are telling you trillions of dollars. She only need 1,000. This other one needs products from Apple. Can you imagine if you're like, all right, we would give every black a voucher for $1,000. 1,000 you can shop at Apple or Target. I know you will be and you will sign that we would never ever hear reparation from you again. This is your reparation. They will take it. It's just the so-called ones that saying they are educated. They are the ones who will be like, no, man, you got to make us millionaires. So she's settling for about $1,000, about 1,000. That's what she's settling for. Here we go.
Chancellor Nguyen joins us live in Blue Ash. She's going to break down the video for us. Chance?
Yeah, Rob, Tricia, this video has been circulating on social media. Now we are finally being able to put it on Fox 19 Now's newscast for all of you all to see. And it does get a bit confusing, but the woman seeing the video, she's actually ends up being convicted of disorderly conduct. And I want to warn you that the video could be disturbing and graphic to some viewers, but we're going to show you multiple security camera angles and even the body camera footage from the officers when they arrived on scene. This security camera shows the moment a security guard at Target in Blue Ash.
So she attacks the security guard. So obviously something is not checking right up above there. But now it is hard for me or you to be like, no, there's something not checking right up there, because people that you think are supposed to be normal, they would support her based in blackness. So it doesn't even make sense. So she attacks the man, and she wasn't ready to stand on her 2 feet, it looks like.
Punched 37-year-old Karen Ivory, knocking her to the ground. According to court documents, the security guard says he feared for his safety and called police.
I decided to take a stand. This is my Rosa Parks moment, dude.
Did you guys hear this? She decided to take a stand. This is her Rosa Parks moment. I guess Rosa Parks was you guys remember in the Martin Luther King story, the light-skinned woman who you know, because they said, okay, Rosa came from her job, you know, she was tired, you know, her legs were hurting. So Rosa, the bus driver comes, say, hey, Mammy Rosa, you need to get up. You can sit over here. You know, this is the white section only. Rosa said, this is my moment. You're going to kill me, but I'm not getting up off here. But I heard prior to that, I read somewhere, they were going to use another lady who was supposed to be the Rosa Parks, but they found out she was knocked up. She was pregnant. So back then, out of wedlock, that was, frowned upon back in those days. So they're like, oh, let's bring in light-skinned Rosa. And that's what happened. So now this woman, she goes to the store, takes items over 1,000, as you heard it. I mean, which is basically stealing. So now she's saying this is her Rosa Parks moment. What does that even mean, people? What does that even mean? So at least Rosa Parks went and challenged a law that, hey, everyone can get behind. It's like, okay, come on now. Why you gotta put us in the back of the bus? So she stood up, even if it's all faked out whatsoever. That's, you'd be like, all right, that was petty, putting the people in the back of the bus, right? But now you look at public buses. Black people even like sitting in the back. Go to these buses. We like sitting in the back. So, but here we go.
Don't play with me.
That is what Ivory told officers when they arrived to the scene on October 22nd of last year. Before the punch, Ivory was checking out a Target in Blue Ash with more than $1,000 worth of items. When it came time to pay, court documents state Ivory told Target employees that she didn't have enough money and that the manager should contact corporate to comp the bill because of, quote, reparations. But then things took a turn. You can see from this security camera, Ivory face to face with the store manager before security ran to intervene.
You chased the one employee all the way to the front, okay? You made contact with her body by pushing your body into hers. I just watched it clear as day on the video.
Okay.
The court documents go on to state that employees told Ivory the store could not give her the items for free, which upset her. Allegedly, Ivory followed the employee to his office and forced her way in. That's when the employee says he feared for his safety and punched Ivory.
He then came out and you followed him all the way back here.
So she went after the guy and she got punched in her face. Chadian I from Tubu tribe, whatever, he said, speak on this matter sensibly, brah. You can't just pick one or two individuals to represent the majority when the same white people do the same things. Did someone hurt you, brah? Guys, here we go. Did someone hurt you? The white man did it. Well, Chadian, it sounds like you're new here. Welcome to the zone and thanks for proving my point. Of course, we know. Yeah, white people did it too. yeah, white people totally just go to Target and just, say, hey, look here. I'm a white person. I'm not going to pay for this because my ancestors built this goddamn country. And then the same white crazy person follows this same security manager into the office, and all they did was gave her ice cream. You think that's what would have happened? So are you also trying to imply that, in fact, this woman here is Caucasian, but I'm pretending that she is black? Which one is it? So here we go.
Okay.
Making him fear for his safety. You backed him into an office and you got hit in the face and you are going to get arrested, okay?
For him hitting me, I'm clearing this up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so she went to go collect her reparation, and she, as you guys saw what happened, she was carried off to downtown, meaning in handcuffs. See, this is number 2, which embarrasses black immigrants or any type of immigrant or any decent human being. Why would one want to claim and associate themselves to this? But you wouldn't believe it. If you go to some comment sections, they're like, man, he didn't have to punch her. Oh, really? She didn't have to threaten and follow him and defy personal space. Like they said, they cannot comp it. They can't comp reparation. So those of you that are saying reparation is, oh, we just here on the internet talking about it. No, this was a target. This was a target. This woman went to go collect her reparation. Now, let me come to the actual topic here. I've got a video from a Jamaican brother in the United States who cannot even hold it. He had to show his embarrassment of some of these behaviors. It is very sad. Let me bring it in. So that the guy that's saying, oh, Afridamus is only one incident. Here we go. Fair use for edutainment purposes.
I know some of y'all are looking at the title and saying, what the hell are you talking about, my guy? Yes, I am embarrassed by my people right now, and I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to lie, man. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Every grocery store looks like this. Everything is either on the floor. Look at this. Can't even get no fucking food for my kids, G.
So this is a Chicago woman cries while documenting the worst looted Walmart. This is in all black area. I thought you guys said, oh, white people do it too, right? I've been living in white areas for a long time. I've never seen this happen. Ever. So I know, yeah, go ahead, write in the chat. Oh yeah, white people do it too. But you're destroying your own community, because those stores, this woman, the cry that when she destroys this, you think we're feeling that in our white neighborhood? We are not. We're just embarrassed. Yes, you heard me. I said our white neighborhood.
Look at this. Came in the store to try to buy something. I'm not a thief. Look at this. In my hood, can't even get no food for my kids. Babies need milk. Can't even get nothing for my kids, bro. I feel like an animal, and black people made me feel like an animal. Y'all did this to us.
You guys you hearing what the black woman is saying? So this is done by black people to a store that is serving black area. Mind you, they have black employees there, because when you go to these Walmarts, it don't matter where. I mean, I always see lots of, black women employed there. So these people came in and did this. And someone is saying, isn't this during the George Floyd? No. They were celebrating George Floyd, apparently, but this is just this year.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at the store. Look at this. But this is what we're fighting for. This is honoring George Floyd. People who already couldn't feed their kids, now they really can't feed their kids.
So they did this in celebration of George Floyd. What does that tell you? If celebrating a man, his celebration leads to this destruction, hey, nothing good can be said of that individual. I'm just saying. Think hard, guys. Think hard. His celebration, it did not build anything. Instead, it triggered an energy, negative energy in these people. I mean, of course, they're going to say, we did it because of George Floyd, and we're sticking it to the white man. It's the white people's fault once again.
Kids. Look at this. I am so devastated right now. I am so devastated right now, G. This is not okay. For us to have to live like this, we do stupid shit like this all the time. And we so black proud. We so black and proud that we ain't gonna never be honest and be real about what's really going on. Y'all are so wrong for this. You came in your neighborhood and fucked up your shit. I'm not a thief. I'm not coming in this store and stealing nothing. And ain't nobody gonna turn me.
Guys, get the likes up, get the likes up. Guys, remember what I was telling you? So yeah, this here. So if you're saying why, because you like, why people don't want to be around me, this is why. This is the reason. This is unstable. Why would anyone that have common sense and can afford it live around a place like this? Makes no sense.
Into no animal or making me feel like a thief. Y'all let them white folks send y'all off once again. Look at all this shit on the floor. Look at all this on the floor. Everything. Everything's on the floor. Tissue. We couldn't even find tissue less than 2 months ago, and now it's on the floor. Look at it. Meanwhile, we got plenty of fruits and vegetables.
Yep, because they don't eat vegetables. Yeah, they came in. Yeah. Hey, look at the fruits and vegetables section. Completely untouched. But they claim, we live in a vegetable desert, food desert. But even when you broke into a store stealing, the vegetable section is sacred. Hey, lady, you might as well become a vegetarian living around these neighborhoods. At least you know when they go in to break in, the vegetables are safe. That's right.
I'm not gonna pick through this shit.
Oh, they took everything else but the fruits and vegetables. No wonder why so many black people are fat, bro. We are the race with the highest obesity rate. I wonder why, because we don't eat no damn fruit. Man, listen, bro. It just really hurts me, man, to hear the pain in her voice while she's walking.
So, see this brother here is going to lay it out. What he's embarrassed by. I'm sure even in the, oh man, these terrorists are all up in our business. But they want us to associate ourselves to this. We're telling you, we're embarrassed by this behavior. Take it from here, brother man.
Around in this Walmart thinking about where her next meal is going to come from for her children. A real citizen that wants to legit buy her groceries. Some black people will have the nerve to say, we're still being oppressed. We're victims to the system. And then go on and do shit like this. First of all, if there is a system in place that's holding us back, how the hell are we going to fight against that system if we're doing this shit to ourselves? Bro, I've never seen people this aggressive towards each other until I moved to America.
Bingo. You guys remember I used to always talk about this? I've said it time and time again. Look, I've even lived around in, war zone. It's true. I have never met a group of people this, hostile and aggressive towards each other. Seriously, you can't go to no parties without people shooting at each other, killing each other. People constantly are aggressive towards each other. I've watched even the blacks interact with each other in prison. So you look at, like, let's say the Hispanic gangs, right? Hispanics and even the whites. The whites, there's like a respect, like the younger guys, they respect the older ones. They look out for each other. But I watch the blacks, the dynamics, that's not common among them. Like, they don't even care about each other that much, especially if they're not from the same gang. There's no respect. It's like hostility, non-stop. Unless if like there's somebody foreign to them that comes, but you watch, it's like total aggression. No wonder it's like people gotta run around and fake and say, oh man, we are the most loving people. If you got love, you don't have to tell people. Your action would show it. I don't think most of these people even realize that people are watching you. The stupidest argument that most come up with is white people do it too. Oh, if you're not black, you can. Oh, don't judge me. You can't judge me. It's not judging. People have eyes. People are observing you. You're human. You're a human being. So we've seen these behaviors, but it's just way too crazy here in America. And we see who's doing it.
And see how black people are towards each other, bro. For all you guys that don't know, I'm actually from Jamaica, born with just black people, mainly black people in Jamaica. And when I moved up here, it's like the black people here are definitely different. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been to an all black party and there hasn't been a fight or some kind of police pulled up.
He's correct. Look, if you see a club that is happening, popping, and black people start coming there, and it's a black club, give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks, or less, there would be a shooting, and they would shut it down. It's like people can just party without, violence. It's strange.
Always has to be some kind of aggression. Niggas start drinking Hennessy and getting mad and fighting each other. Why can't we just party? I'm just trying to have some fun. I pull up to this party, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's good? What's good? It's like, I'm my niggas, you know what I'm saying? All black people in one spot, but we can't even have fun without someone getting violent. We are way too busy fighting each other, bro, to do anything good for ourselves. And if there is a system, it's winning because it's psychological now. It's divide and conquer.
He's 100% correct. If you are constantly saying I'm oppressed, it's white supremacy, and then you do this to yourself, to your own people, come on. Come on. That's just ridiculous. And he is totally, spitting facts here. Look, where I come from, if you're that violent, people don't want to associate with you. You're not about to come to people's party and ruin it with your foolery. People are not into that. Party is for partying. But for whatever reason, some of these people just go out of their way. I mean, it's like they can't even help it. They go out of their way to shoot up places. But then the same people come up and be, oh man, you got to be scared of the white people. Do you know how many country bars I've been to, country music places I've been to? Completely safe, having fun, no problem. White people know how to have fun. Okay? You go to African party, different people from different countries. I've been to many different parties. I've been to Kenyan parties. Okay? The Kenyans, they love to drink, but their drinking does not cause them to shoot each other or try to fight. I've been to Ugandan parties, Nigerian, even Ethiopian parties. I mean, there's plenty of food. Help yourself, serve yourself. Oh, but if you go to some of these places, man, he's right. The moment you got a bunch of black people together and start drinking Hennessy, there's a problem.
We're fighting amongst ourselves, which means they won. And we're doing exactly what they want. We're destroying our own neighborhoods. You guys are so fucking dumb, bro. Y'all some dumb asses, man. Like, damn. Even when the whole George Floyd thing was happening, and the first thing y'all decide to do when that happened is to go loot and raid businesses, go in the Gucci store, steal Gucci. What?
You see, this man is spitting facts. So those of you that, you don't live in the United States, you live in Africa or the UK, you're like, oh man, guys, you can't be saying this because, it's disunity, blah, blah. You don't live here. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I just showed you videos upon videos. But you see, I bet you some of the blacks over there in the UK, I heard they act like that too. So I can see why they try to promote it. So this guy right here, I'm sure they're going to come up and be like, oh man, these terrorists can be talking about us. Yeah, Deuces, you're correct. They would go and pull up a video of some people fighting in Jamaica and say, man, look at these people. Mayor said, what about Somali parties? I have been to a Somali party before. They have lots of food too. Plenty of food. They can party. you know, like, no violence, none of that. I mean, it doesn't even cross your mind. It's like you're there to party, you're there to party. Oh yeah, yes, I forgot to mention that. Yes, I've been to Somali party too. They can party.
What the fuck is Gucci gonna do for you? And even destroy local businesses, local black-owned businesses that y'all standing up for? Black Lives Matter. How y'all gonna support Black Lives Matter and destroy a black-owned business and talk about, oh, we victims? It's the system. The system is holding us down. You fucking stupid ass. No wonder why the black community is the way it is, because of you. You guys, you all, man. There's no hatred in my heart, man. I'm just passionate. Like, I'm legit, like, looking at this.
Look, all you're spreading here is love. We, the real ones, we recognize the love. Because, you see, you're saying this because you want the blacks to straighten themselves out. But no, they're going to make excuses. You know? I saw in the comment sections, oh, man, why don't you go fix your country? This is our country now. What are you talking about? Is that the best one? But if it's a white man, you're like, oh man, the white man is racist. So, oh, you cannot correct me if you're not black. You know what? How does that even make sense? So this guy, he is spitting the facts. So when you see talking about, oh, black immigrants think they are better. No, nobody wants to come to America and subscribe or sign up to this type of behavior. It's low level behavior.
This objectively and seeing what's going on. We're destroying ourselves. We're destroying our community. So when you guys destroy all these Walmarts, you guys just give these businesses a reason not to put their establishments in our communities. And where the fuck are we going to get food from now? Where are we going to live? Because if this continues to happen, it will be the end of the black community. We need to get our shit together, man. We need to stop being victims.
We're seeing kicking, passing cars, crowding the streets, dancing on top of parks.
Are you guys seeing that? You seeing that? Let's hear what this guy says.
I'm about to make some people mad. And as I see it, the black community is the weakest link in the United States, and we need to step it up. Where are these children's parents?
By the way, this guy, he is black, okay? But he is black. But they would get mad at him and they, oh, he's a third baby. But he is black, like they would like to call FBA. He's about to address things here that any regular, normal parent would question. How is your kids on the streets kicking people's cars, stealing people's cars, robbing people, punching people? Where are the parents? He's asking good question.
So yeah, the world sees black children out here acting like this, and then we as black people want to get mad when black children or black people are stereotyped as dangerous or people feel unsafe around us. If we don't want to be stereotyped in a negative light, let's not give people something to stereotype us about. Here is why I say the black community is the weakest link in the US. So we have the lowest household median income, okay? We're also pretty much the most obese race in the US as well. 75% of black adults.
See, he's giving real stats. You guys saw when this hoodlum stormed the Walmart. You saw the veggies and the fruits were intact. So that tells you these people, that the people that went in there do not like fruits and vegetables. So we all know what type of people do not eat those.
Are either overweight or obese in the US. 75%, 3 out of 4 people. Black men are about, let's say 6.5% of the population, and yet we commit about 50% of the murders in this country. Adjusted to our race percentage of the population, black people commit more crime than any other race. I'm running out of time, so part 2 coming soon.
To stop blaming the police, stop saying the police are shooting us and killing us off when black people are killing black people at an alarming rate, bro.
See, they would call him a coon. The other guy before him, they called him a coon. But what did he say that is not true? They would never address that. They will never address it. But you're going to blame. Is the police, is the government, is the white man, is the Africans, is, it's ridiculous.
We have no respect for one another. The black women don't respect the black men, and the black men don't respect the black women. The families are torn up to shit. We have no foundation, and then the kids are raised into this bullshit, and all they want to do is be aggressive, steal, and have no respect for adults. Because I've seen way too many videos of black students lashing out against their teachers and fighting their teachers and all this bullshit. We need to be the type of...
The man is correct. In fact, not only seeing the videos, you see this behavior, and then on top of that, those same people, they brag about being dangerous. How many of these people did you hear? They talk about attacking people. The woman that went to Target to claim her reparation voucher, how did she receive it? On her face, because she attacked the man. So okay, so you guys are going to rap in your music about how dangerous you are, and this is a big female too, right? But it's clear, we know majority of these boys are raised by single moms, so they are learning how to be dangerous from their mothers. Now, if we see the same mother going into the grocery store attacking people, now it's clear to you where they are learning these dangerous behaviors. Because see, if you're raised by men know there's repercussions, there's consequences in life. So you know how to move about. But a lot of these things you're seeing is a disconnect from knowing what to be a man. Because these aggressive women cannot raise these boys to be men. Let's just call a spade a spade.
People that we can actually be proud of, black and proud. Because this shit that's going on right now, I can't be proud of that. I'm just ashamed. I'm embarrassed. Y'all could have at least stole some fruit. Like, damn, man, y'all is fat as hell out here not eating fruit.
He's right. So you see these guys right here. That one was in Chicago. Now this one is in Philadelphia. So the guy that's saying, oh, Afridamus, you just showing one video. No. How many have I shown here? From Cincinnati. We traveled to Chicago. Right? The other one that jumped off the balcony, I believe that's a separate city too. Now look at Philadelphia. And the other people that were kicking cars, that was in Baltimore. All black.
So part two on why African Americans are the weakest link in the US. Part of it is our culture. So I'm not going to be the only one to feel this way, but I'm going to be one of the few people that are going to say it. When I go to a restaurant, when I get served the worst, it is usually by a black server, waitress, or a person that works there. When I'm on the phone, the customer service, come on, when you can tell it's a black lady you're talking to on the phone, right? And a lot of times when I'm on the phone, the worst customer service is coming from black women on the phone. A lot of waitresses do.
The man is absolutely correct. He is 100% correct. The ghettoer the name sound, the more rude and obnoxious she is. If I hear the name ending in Kwa, like Benikwa, Shaniqua, or whatever, I'm like, oh hell, Oh, if her name is Shenene, I'm like, oh my Lord. Shenene would come and stand at the table and try to question you. Like one time, guys, I went to like a Popeyes, right? I was like, I hear the blacks talk about this Popeyes. Let me go check out Popeyes. So I went in there. So in this Popeyes, all the staff is black. So the manager, supposedly she's standing there with her wig and scratching it. And I was very uncomfortable with this. I'm like, okay, how is she going to be the one correcting the other ones? But did you guys know these people they were arguing, they started an argument in between, like they were arguing with their manager because the manager was assigning them to go make me the chicken. And they were trying to, argue with the manager. It was ridiculous, guys. I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, geez, did I want fried chicken this bad? If I wanted it this bad, I could have gone to Kentucky Fried Chicken or Ezel's. You see? Or at the Ethiopian place. There's an Ethiopian place in my city. Look, they got the best fried chicken. Shout out to the Ethiopian people, man. They took that Irish food to a whole new level, because you guys know Irish, Scottish, they're the ones that fry chicken. So don't believe the hype how other people try to claim they invented fried chicken. It's totally Irish. But shout out to the Ethiopians, making the best fried chicken out here.
Not want or do not prefer to serve Black Americans. Why? We come in with the most demands. We want to spend the least amount of money, and we tip the least. We will send stuff back. We'll try to get stuff for free. Our culture and the way we process and go about things has got to absolutely change.
Guys, he is absolutely right. Sending food back, that's a thing. Look, I went on a date before, right? And this woman, she clearly, guys, I heard it myself. She ordered, it was salad with, I believe it was shrimp. No, chicken. It was chicken. And so she ate, she was like eating it. And the waitress was a high yellow. She's light skinned. So the light skinned ones tend to be nice, So this other one is dark skinned. She was already having some type of animosity towards her. But long story short, she ate this salad. I watch her, we just talking. And then when the waitress comes by, and then the woman was like, she goes like, "Oh, is that chicken?" The lady was like, "Yes." I swear, she said she is allergic to chicken. She says she's allergic to it, and the woman, the waitress was like, "Oh, okay, oh, I can go fix that for you." And then she's like, "Yes, get me the one with shrimp." So you mean to tell me, generally people are allergic to seafood, but chicken, that's not, I don't know if you're allergic to chicken and you're Black. I don't know if I believe this, but all right. So she said to bring her the one with shrimp. So the woman now is like, okay, she wanted to take the chicken, because she's allergic to chicken. She's like, "No, leave it here." Shamelessly like that. I was so embarrassed. And I was like, I said, "I think I heard you. You did order chicken." She's like, "No, I didn't." I'm like, okay, I'm not about to argue with this chick here, because she's clearly hood. She shamelessly told that woman to bag this up. And also another thing, you eat something halfway and sending it back. Don't you have common sense? Like, the people know you're playing games, you're pissing people off. You're sending this back into the care of the people back there. Aren't you worried about them spitting in your food or something? Like, it doesn't make sense. And as you guys know, that was the first and the last date. She did not get any more date after that. Because who wants to be embarrassed like that? Clearly, it was a shame. I had to tip the light skin a lot more because of the pain she had to go through.
Okay, so I'm running out of time again. Let me know if you want a part 3, but the reason I'm making these videos is because in order to fix a problem, you actually have to diagnose what the problem is before you can actually begin to fix it. So I'm diagnosing the problem.
That is facts. I always try to prove the stereotypes wrong, guys. Like, my mom works in the restaurant industry, and she makes it clear to us that we should tip. She's Black herself, and she knows that when the Black people come in, they're not going to tip like that. So whenever I go to eat, I give them a great tip. If the service is great, I give a great tip, guys, because we have to prove the stereotype wrong, man. We have to show these people that we aren't who they make us out to be. And with that said, I'll see you on the next one, man.
You guys see that? The man is absolutely correct. So, you see, I've seen some of on one channel, some Africans, they were like, "Oh, the Blacks are usually accused. They don't do all this and that." Look, do you guys think I have time to come here and make this up? No. I want the Blacks to be better so that they can stop embarrassing themselves and everybody else. That's all what it is. It's all love. Do not destroy your own neighborhood. It's not the white man's fault. To say you are oppressed and then, basically you're being the oppressor here. You are the one that is oppressing everyone in your neighborhood. But people don't want to see this. They're like, oh, look at the poor blacks. The white man doesn't want to see the blacks, make it to a whole new level. When in reality, that's not what it is. Nobody forced them to go to that Walmart and do exactly what they did. Do you know how many people probably lost their employment who happen to be black? So when you guys come on the internet, you start talking the way you talk, you sound like real idiots. Don't you realize people are seeing this? We're seeing it for what it is. So be very careful, and start using common sense. So guys, today I'm not gonna stay too late. It's nice and sunny where I'm at. So we are at the hour mark, but I will surely try it. I will return back tomorrow so I can open up the lines. Guys, please go ahead, leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. It's not about hate. It's all love. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're white, black, blue, or green. Humans are humans. Anyone can tell you the truth. Anyone can tell you the truth. But until next time, guys, I would leave you guys with Professor Tommy Sotomayor to tell us what the blacks built in America. I'm out.
Ass man, you called me to troll me. Did you get what you want out of this? Did it make you feel better now? There's a difference. I don't bother people I don't like. And this is what you have to deal with niggas. What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
Niggas are the worst people on earth. I do understand why they made them slaves. I think one of the worst things that happened was they stopped making them slaves. If they'd have kept niggas as slaves, we'd have built more shit. We'd have been better people. Whenever black people were under the oppression of white people, they did more. They were more productive people. Name the shit you built since being out of slavery. Name it. Name it. Let me explain. You claim you built DC.
You were enslaved when you did that.
You claim you built the railroads.
You were enslaved when you did that.
Everything you claim you built in America, it's when white people had the whip on your ass. What have you built since? Come on, what have you built since? Nobody wants to talk about the facts. Now all you do is go around and begging white people for shit. All these hoods y'all proud of, white people gave them to you. You didn't build them. What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
Did black people build Cabrini Green? Nope. Did black people build Capitol Homes? Nope. Did black people build Carver Homes? Nope. Did black people build O-Block? Nope. Did black people build any of these things you're talking about? 63rd, 62nd, 69th? Did you build any of that shit? Nope. Did black people build Compton?
What?
Did black people build Compton?
What?
Did black people build Compton? Nope. Let me explain. Black Wall Street. Come on, bro. Black Wall Street. Your ass ain't built Black Wall Street back now, have you? You got all these black millionaires and all these black millionaires who own clothing companies. You could have been built Black Wall Street back a long time. When you hear all these niggas love to go back to Black Wall Street, that tell you black people are lazy and ain't shit. This person said Black Wall Street. Sir, you remember what Black Wall Street was built under? Jim Crow. I'll let you walk. What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
what they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
What have you built? Give me the Black Wall Street 20 years in the last 20 years, the last 10 years.